Hi everyone, I wanted to jump on live and say Happy New Year and also happy 4 years of living my best alcohol-free life to me. I am so excited. I love jumping on Instagram Live every January 1st to commemorate another year of my journey. It's so exciting to me. On January 1st, 2021, 4 years ago, I actually did drink during the day. I had my very last drink, my last blackout. I did black out during the day, and when I woke up, I was absolutely horrified, and I couldn't believe that I blacked out. I had taken I had finally managed to take a break in 2020 where I actually had some stretches of sobriety. I strung together after a few hard years around 2018 and 2019. In 2020, I was stringing together days, weeks, and even months of sobriety. So the fact that I took a break and then kind of went from 0 to 100 again with blacking out, it really shook me to my core. But when the alcohol was leaving my body that very night, I knew I was done. I just never, ever wanted to feel like that again. And after hundreds of day ones, I was like, wow, I'm finally done. This is incredible. And I've never looked back. So to me, January 1st is my anniversary because I just, that was the day everything clicked. So every year that I have been living this amazing alcohol-free life, I have grown and expanded personally and professionally. And it's just, and 2024 was no exception. Let's see, I attended 2 Sober in the Cities this year in 2024. I went to Tampa in February and I went to Seattle in September. And Tampa was really exciting because there were 6 incredible authors there. One of them was Ann Dowsett Johnston, who wrote Drink. And she talked about her upcoming writing class, which was taking place in April. And I just got so excited because writing has been one of those things that I have gravitated towards throughout my entire life. When I was a kid, it became an outlet for me, a coping mechanism. And but sometimes, sometimes I would stop and go back. It's kind of been a back and forth thing throughout my life. So when she talked about the writing class, it kind of lit my fire again, so to speak. And in April, I signed up and I took her Writing Your Recovery class. So that went on for a few months. We took a little break for the summer. And then in the late fall, now I'm in the next level that she offers, which is called Writing Your Discovery. So I'm so excited to continue that journey. Another writing class that I've taken this year was actually a 2.5-day workshop at the amazing Kripalu, which is a yoga retreat center in Massachusetts in the beautiful Berkshires. There was actually a writing workshop that Dani Shapiro runs every year. She's written 7 incredible books, by the way. And meeting her was a bucket list moment. Going to Kripalu and finally being there, I've been wanting to go there for years, was another bucket list moment. And that writing class was absolutely transformative. I loved every second of it. 2.5 days was too quick. I just loved it so much. And I'm already signed up to go back to her class again because she hosts it every December. So in December 2025, I'll be taking it again. It was that good that I couldn't wait to sign up again. Another way that writing came into my life was I actually got to, so I follow Jonathan Haidt, who has written The Coddling the American Mind and The Anxious Generation. This book actually came out in March of 2024. So I've been following him. I've been reading his Substack for a while now. And I found out through his Substack that they actually did that, a set of directors, they're actually a husband and wife team, Ted and Courtney Balaker. They did a documentary based on his book, and they call it The Coddling of the American Mind. And they were having a showing in Manhattan, and I was going to be in New York that very same week. So I emailed them. I said, oh my gosh, I would love to go to the showing, and Jonathan Haidt was going to be there. So I got invitation for Evan and I to attend the showing. We got to meet him in person, and the directors, Ted and Courtney, and they were just lovely. And I got to chat with them after the movie, and I shared my story, my drinking story, and I talked about the nervous system and how important it is to me, and how there were a lot of themes with the book and the movie, how it correlated with my life. So they actually asked me to write a guest blog post for their Substack, which was such an honor. And that piece that I wrote for them was probably one of the most special pieces that I wrote, special pieces of writing that I wrote in 2024. And it did really well. And it actually was... they noted it recently as one of their most popular posts among a list of other ones, of course, but it was one of the most popular posts of 2024. So what an honor that was. I would love to continue writing for them. They actually did invite me to write more. So that'll be 2025. I'm going to submit more topics on that. And yeah, so okay. In addition to writing and meeting authors, I met over a dozen authors this year, like incredible, best-selling, really amazing authors, which was huge. I fangirled like crazy, and I loved every second of it. Another big theme, in addition to writing this year, was I continued my focus on providing resources for loved ones who have families and loved ones who love an individual who's struggling with substances. So in 2023, I discovered CMC Foundation for Change, which is an incredible nonprofit that provides evidence-based tools for change for everybody who loves someone who's struggling with substances. They created their own support group called the Invitation to Change. So it serves the same audience as an Al-Anon, but they take a different approach than Al-Anon does, because they're more of a learning group with a supportive environment. So they have combined evidence-based resources from motivational interviewing, ACT, and craft, and they pulled all three of those together and created this incredible program called the Invitation to Change. So when you go to these Invitation to Change meetings, not only are you getting support from other family members who are going through the same thing you're going through, but you learn skills so that you can learn how to, for example, communicate with your loved one better. Because when you have a loved one who is struggling with substances, it's very difficult on you and them. So if you learn skills about how to handle it, if you learn how to take care of yourself, that goes a long way, believe it or not. Because if you start reaching for unhealthy coping mechanisms because it's so stressful, which I get, it's not helping anybody. It's not helping your loved one. It's not helping you either. If you start drinking because you're so stressed out about your loved one's drinking or substance use, we're not going to get anywhere productive there. So you learn self-compassion, self-awareness, self-care. You learn communication. Communication is critical. You want your loved one, if they're struggling, you want them to be able to come to you in a time of need. If they slipped, if they relapsed, they want to know, it's important for them to know that they can turn to you and that you can have this open dialogue, instead of creating a situation where they'll shut down and not want to come to you. So just as an example. So in addition to Invitation to Change, I have also come across a movie director named Mark Rosman, and he wrote a movie that is based on his real life. His daughter got addicted to drugs when she was a teenager, and it was a 7-year, very long journey to recovery. The good news is that it has a happy ending. She is now in her 20s. She's 5 years sober. She just got married. She's thriving. It's incredible. So he wrote a movie based on their experience. But the movie is not based on her journey. It is based on him and his wife. So really what the parents and the loved ones went through and the changes that they made in order to help her recover. Right now, they're still fundraising for the movie. Because this movie has a social impact, by the way, when you make a donation to the movie, it's actually a tax deduction. So how neat is that? They are set to film at the in the late fall of 2025. So that's also really exciting. I'm going to link them below. In fact, I'll link everybody who I talked about. I will link below so you can learn more. And so we've got Invitation to Change. Now I'm involved with the movie. And that all inspired me to create a new page on my website that is dedicated to all resources for loved ones who have someone struggling. So right now you can go on my webpage. It's free and you will find a ton of resources. I have listed podcast episodes. I have articles tagged, book recommendations, videos, and organizations where you can find, more information and more help and resources to help you on your journey if you have a loved one who's struggling. That just got rolled out early about a month ago, and I'm really proud of that page. I love it. I'm excited about it, and it's going to continue to evolve. So check back often, and I'll be, adding more articles, more podcasts, and things like that. And if you go to that page and if you have maybe something that you think would be helpful, that would go great with the page, please reach out. You can send me an email, Kristen@KristenHorseman.com, and I'll get it up because I want it to grow. And there's so many resources out there that I'm not aware of. So I want to keep learning myself. So yeah, helping the family members is so important because my husband, it was hell for him when I was struggling and he didn't know what to do. So luckily, he's the kind of person who dives into research. He tried to learn as much as he could about, how alcohol affects the brain. And he found me lots of resources around the nervous system. He found me Annie Grace's book, Laura McCowan's book. And then eventually I found Jolene Park and her TED Talk, which of course changed my life. She was an incredible coach for me in 2021 when I knew I was done drinking. And as you know, I went through her training a year later, and now I'm a great area drinking coach. And teaching people about the nervous system has been one of just so incredibly transformative for me. I love what I do. It's just so great because stopping drinking is only one piece of the puzzle. If you really want to be free of it, you've got to heal the cravings in the brain, and the nervous system and using physiology is key. So it's a game changer. I don't have to use willpower now. I don't have to deal with the cravings. When I walk into a party with a lot of alcohol, which I did recently, I was really thinking about, wow, what it was like for me, now versus what it would have been like for me in 2018 and 2019 when I was struggling and I was only getting by with willpower. And we know that willpower runs out. And honestly, it's just no way to live. So I'm so grateful for learning about the nervous system, applying it. And now I teach it to others, of course. I teach my clients. And at Sober in the City, I actually, in September, I had an opportunity to have a workshop with over 40 women where I taught them all about the nervous system. That was just amazing. I loved every second of it. The response was incredible. And actually, speaking of Sober in the City, just so you know, the next one will be taking place the weekend of May 16th through the 18th in Scottsdale, Arizona. So tickets are still available, and I believe prices go up at the end of this month, so it's a good time to buy. And not only does Zero Proof Experiences put on the Sober in the City events, they have an online membership. And I am going to be a facilitator this year, starting this month. I'm so excited. So they have meetings every Monday morning and every Thursday morning. And on Thursday mornings now, they're rotating in new facilitators. And I'm one of them, and I'm so happy. I can't wait. My first day of facilitating will be January 16th, and I'm really looking forward to it. As always, I just want to say thank you so much for watching and for taking this journey with me. If there is any way I can support you, please reach out. You can jump on my calendar and have a discovery call with me. You can see if coaching is a good fit for you. As a coach, I will provide you, like I said earlier, nervous system tools and also accountability. Accountability goes a long way. It's why New Year's resolutions tend to fall apart so fast, because we can kind of give up easily if we don't have someone kind of watching and guiding and helping us through and cheering us on along the way. And that's what I get to do as a coach. So also check out my resource page, like I mentioned, my events page, and my blog page. You can go ahead and sign up for my free newsletters. Thank you again, and happy 2025. I hope you have an amazing, healthy, happy year. Bye.